And I thank you all a lot for being here. And I have to tell you that each one of us here in the room tonight, we have a little bit of extra pressure simply because it's being captured on video. And this is the standard for what's going to be called a home business review. So all around the world, there's some chance that people are going to see your smiling face. Okay, so it's really important that it be a smile. That's good. I really do appreciate each one of you being here. I appreciate Johnny for opening his home. You're going to be given a chance tonight, very much like a chance that I was given 18 years ago, and that is a chance to become involved with the network marketing industry. Within the network marketing industry, there are a host of good companies, and I consider Monavie to be the best. Also, within the network marketing industry, there are a lot of companies that represent opportunity, and I consider Monavie to be the best. The best opportunity to do what? To become profitable and efficient quickly. When I contemplate the things that caused me to say yes some number of years ago, and by the way, so I have some idea of who I'm talking to. Is there anyone here that has never before been involved in the network marketing industry? Anybody that's never before been involved at all? Okay. So for your edification then, and for anybody else who's never been involved, let me tell you why I got involved. 18 and a half years ago, I met with a gentleman named Craig. He was a very, very senior leader in a large, well-known, well-thought-of network marketing company called Nu Skin. And in a short conversation, he helped me understand how and why what he was doing was better than what I was doing. And that's the simple question I'm going to ask each one of you to arrive to the answer for yourself this evening. Is this better than what you're currently doing? If it's not better than what you're currently doing, there would be no reason to change. At that point in time, I was at the top of my career in the financial services world. The last 12 months had been the biggest income year of my life. From the outside looking in, it was pretty good. From the inside looking out, it wasn't as good. But Craig showed me a few things that helped me understand that what he was doing was better. These are the things he showed me. He asked me a simple question. What's your name, sir?
Michael.
Michael? All right. He said to me, Randy, and I'll say to you, Michael. He said, Randy, on whose efforts do you get paid? And at that point in time, I got paid on the efforts of one guy, me. I was a broker. And that day, he opened up a monthly commission report, and he showed me that he was being paid on the efforts of about 64,000 people. And he asked me a simple question. He said, Randy, you get paid on the efforts of one. I get paid on the efforts of 64,000. Whose way is better? Michael, whose way was better? Mine or his?
His way.
His was better, right. I mean, it was obvious, and there was no debate. I didn't know how he had done it. I didn't know if I could do it, but his way was better. And the second thing he showed me was he opened one of the company's products, and he rubbed some of it on his hands, and then he taught me one of the fundamental truths of network marketing. He said, Randy, there is something about the method of distribution itself that creates a more loyal consumer than any other method of distribution. And he said, for all these 64,000 who have said yes to my business, there are 5 more who have seen the business and haven't said yes yet, but they've become loyal product consumers. And so he said, somewhere in the world today, Randy, 300,000 people have used my company's product, and every time they used it, I made money. And again, he asked me a question, how does that compare with the way you make money? His way was better again, wasn't it? It was a lot better. And so again, I didn't know how he had done it, and I didn't know if I could do it, but his way was better. And then the one that grabbed my attention was he looked around my home, and we had only met a few moments earlier. He looked around my home, and he said, Randy, I can prove to you now the fundamental flaw in your income-generating model. I didn't know I had a problem. I mean, Maria, it looked to me like I had it going on. Big house behind a gate. And I didn't know there was a problem with my income-generating model. But even though he didn't know me, he seemed to know me. Because he looked around the place and he said, you got a mortgage on this house, don't you? And I said, yeah. He said, here's the problem in your income model, Randy. You are a full-time spender and you're a part-time earner and you're never going to win the race. And he was right. I was losing the race. Even though the prior 12 months had been my biggest income year, I had no money at the end of the year. I was losing the race. And he said, here's why you're losing the race, Randy. Because you only earn income a part of the day and you only earn income some days of the week. And he was right. When the market was open and I could call a client, that's when I could generate income. And he said, Randy, that's not the way your mortgage works, is it? The mortgage interest runs all day, every day, 365 days a year. He said, you are a part-time earner and you're a full-time spender and you're never going to earn the race. Now, Michael, not knowing a darn thing about what you do for a living, is that true of you? And some people that you know? Yeah. Part-time earner and a full-time spender. And so that was a problem for me. And this is what he promised me. He said, Randy, if you engage in this industry correctly, there will come a time when that equation can change. And then he went back to his printout again, and he said, Randy, I'm a full-time earner, and I become a part-time spender. He showed me that he had groups in Australia and New Zealand, that he had people in his business in the UK and people in Russia. And he said, Randy, when I fall asleep tonight, my income will go up because I've got a global enterprise. And again, he asked me whose way was better, mine or his. His way was like off the charts better, wasn't it? Well, I said yes, and that's what I'm going to ask you guys to be open to tonight. Say yes to the possibility that there is a better way to generate income. Say yes to the possibility that there's a better way to live. That's what I said yes to that very first night. I said yes to that possibility. And now I can tell you what the outcomes are. When people ask me periodically, Randy, could you, in just a short few words, in a paragraph, could you explain why network marketing? And now I would make that very specifically. Could you explain why Monavie? Welcome. Yo. Welcome. Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. Good to see you. So now we'll make it very specific. When he said, why? If I could just encapsulate in a short few words, why network marketing or why Monavie? It is simply this. Because now, some 18 years later, this has become my reality in life. I get to choose when I will work. See, I'm here tonight as a volunteer. I don't have to be here. I volunteered for this. I get to choose when I will work. When I was a broker, I didn't get to choose. The market was open certain hours, and those were the hours that I would work. Today, I get to choose when I will work. I also get to choose where I will work. I'm not only a volunteer in terms of this hour, I'm in terms of a volunteer in terms of this place. I get to choose that. I don't have to be here. I have that option. I get to choose where I will work. I get to choose when I will work. This next one is very, very important to me. I get to choose with whom I will work. When I was a broker, I didn't get that opportunity. Here I get to choose with whom I will work. And now the most precious one of all, I get to choose if I will work. Because it's now been a long number of years where I've been a full-time earner. After enough of that time, if you develop a few disciplines, took me a while to get there, but if you develop a few disciplines, then one can become a part-time spender. You see, we no longer make mortgage payments, and we've become depositors instead of borrowers. That's a better way, isn't it? 100% chance that's a better way. That's what the network marketing industry has done for me, for Tara, for our family. It's made it possible for us to choose where we will work, when we will work, with whom we will work, if we choose to. And I believe that that's something that's worth saying yes to if it's even a remote possibility. Would you agree with that? That's worth saying yes to if it's even a remote possibility. Now, with that being said, yes. I believe, with that being said, as I mentioned earlier, I think that there are a host of good companies in the industry. There's a difference in being a good company and being a good opportunity. There's also a difference in being an opportunity to create income and an opportunity to create wealth. I wish that each one of you could have the experience that I've had over the course of the last 4 weeks, where I've had close personal interaction with ownership, and I've observed a company that operates at a level that I've never before observed in this industry. The best way that I can help you understand that is for us to review a little videotape called Momentum. And those of you that are now watching us out there in space somewhere, I'm hoping very much that you're able to push play on this same video. And after we spend 11 minutes getting a sense for who Monavie is, getting a sense for the kind of company that it is, then I'll come back and describe to you what exactly each one of us would need to do to turn that into something of meaning for ourselves.